Hello, I'm Mark Balser of Center for Self-Care. I'm excited to be sharing a 29-day mindful habit journey with you called Creatures of Habit. I'll be with you all the way through, and in fact, at most I'll be just one day ahead of you. Now, we're integrating mindfulness as a practice to help us build habits and break habits that no longer serve us anymore. And one of the biggest mistakes in mindfulness is not actually doing it. So I thought we'd start right there. I'd invite you to breathe along with me. You might have your eyes open or closed, and just let the breath be smooth, relaxed. Allow yourself to feel the breath in this moment. Sensing the expansion of the belly and chest as you breathe in. The softening of the shoulders and relaxation as you breathe out. It might be that this is the first time you've stopped all day. So I invite you to simply observe. What's happening in this moment? And this moment? And this moment? As you continue to breathe, I'll offer a poem. This poem is called Autobiography in 5 short chapters. If you're familiar with the 1993 Bill Murray movie Groundhog Day, this will be familiar, but I suspect it's familiar in your life as well. It's by Portia Nelson. Autobiography in 5 short chapters. Chapter 1. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I'm lost. I'm helpless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. Chapter 2. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I still don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I'm in the same place. It isn't my fault, but it still takes a long time to get out. Chapter 3. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it there, but I still fall in. It's a habit. It's my fault. I know where I am. I get out immediately. Chapter 4. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. Chapter 5. I walk down a different street. You might still sense the breath as an anchor to the present moment and to your intention to practice building good habits and letting go of bad habits. One of my favorite teachers, Ram Dass, has a lovely line, "I've failed the course several times." And that's a big part of what we'll be doing over the next several weeks. Failing, catching ourselves, and starting over. It's actually the most important thing when it comes to habit change. Being willing to make mistakes, to fail, to even change course and change the habits based off of the input that we've gotten from our practice. So I really encourage you to be gentle with yourself. while also taking risks as you build your habits. It's truly what mindfulness meditation is and what habit building is all about. Beginning again. So why mindful habit change? Why am I offering this course? Well, over the last several months, what normally comes naturally to me has become a bit of a burden. My routines and habits that were just like wearing a comfortable glove have started to get uncomfortable for me. Piano, exercise, reading, walking, all of them seem to have fallen by the wayside as I've been distracted by all the chaos and uncertainty and difficulty of our time. And so I'm doing this for me, and I hope you're doing it for yourself as well. We'll answer and ask many, many questions because that's how I find I learn and gain insight the best. What's important to me? Through this journey, we'll share the wisdom of generations that have come before us, as well as great contemporary teachers like James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, and Jonathan Faust, my guiding teacher. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is practice. We can watch a TED Talk, we can read a book. It doesn't really happen until we start doing it ourselves. So I invite you to join me. Creatures of Habit, a 29-day mindful habit change journey, is offered by Center for Self-Care. You can find out more about us at www.center4selfcare.com. This program is offered by donation, and we won't turn anyone away for lack of resources. But your donations are greatly appreciated to support our work, as well as the work of artists David Gerbstadt and Scientific Eve, who have created the logo as well as the music for this offering. A portion of your donation will also be shared with No More Secrets, a Philadelphia-based organization dedicated to ending period poverty in our area and destigmatizing issues of sexual health. If you'd like to support our work through a donation, you can do so by registering on our website, sending us Venmo at center4selfcare.com, or PayPal, connect@centerforselfcare.com. So let me give you a sense of what we have in store for us. Each Monday evening, you'll receive a video from me with a longer teaching and an introduction to our topic for the week. For example, this week we're identifying habit patterns. You'll also receive something from me each day: a brief teaching, a question for discussion, or a guided meditation you can do on your own time. We'll explore brain science and human psychology, as well as communicate through an email group. As we jump into the second week, the real work starts. You will continue your habit change journey, but now with a partner, someone who will be there to witness and listen by email or video or phone, however you prefer. This person will provide accountability, but not so much guidance or advice. This person will be there for regular check-ins to make sure we're all on the path to habit change. Many of my past participants have built deep and lasting friendships as they've walked this path together. The cornerstone of Creatures of Habit is one observance, one restraint. This exercise, which was introduced to me by my teacher Jonathan Faust, is a way to monitor and track what we're up to. It might look like a scoreboard as we add check marks and stickers and gold stars as we accomplish daily habit practices. But really, it's a tool for adjustment and insight and reconciliation. So what do I need from you? It's pretty simple. Curiosity, a willingness to engage, and a willingness to fail again, fail better, and begin again, over and over and over. Like Ram Dass said, we'll all fail this course many times. This engagement that I'll need from you includes responsibility to occasionally respond to discussion questions that will be shared with our group. Don't worry, I'll introduce you to everyone before we do that. You might find journaling, meditation, or your own contemplative practice to be a wonderful complement to our work together. Years ago, when I first started teaching, I recognized that I was jamming way too much content into way too short of a time. And so, of course, I've created a class where I'm only talking to you about 10 minutes a week. So that might be a little bit tough. But I was daydreaming one day, and all of a sudden it came to me, teach the questions, not the answers. We all have acquaintances who are ready to provide us advice, and that usually doesn't result in lasting change on our part. But if we can ask beautiful questions, develop insight and understanding from them, that's the secret to lasting change. So I do have a couple of questions for you and a bit of a homework assignment. There's no need to write it down. You'll receive all these questions in your email. But essentially, I'm inviting you to identify your habits, your habit patterns, to literally fall into that hole from the autobiography and look around. How do you react? When do you adjust? What triggers or cues your bad habits? We all have these well-worn paths from deep back in our childhood, responses to environments that may or may not be still persisting. We fight, we flee, we freeze, and that's a natural human biological response. But how can we introduce a bit of choice into that so that we're bringing intention and our own wishes into our behaviors? So questions like, what is your well-worn path? Does it serve you? What are your habits now? And what behavior do you want to change? So we'll be seeing quite a bit of each other virtually. I have some work to do because one of my observances is related to this. Not going to go too deep into it, but there's going to be some kale eaten in the next 29 days. Thanks, and I look forward to learning together with you.